We're out in the R56 Mini Cooper S 2009. Instantly after getting out of the R53 and getting in the R56, the most noticeable thing is a little bit more space. A little bit more space, and the seat is just, it's a lot more comfortable.
More comfortable.
In every way. Like, your back is more supported. If you ever notice, if you've driven an R53 before, the ridge of the back seat kind of bows a little bit, and it pushes you forward, so like your neck can't
support.
That's the word, lumbar support.
Too
much. Yes, where this one's a little bit more set back. So yeah, that's the straight off the bat, that's the noticeable difference. And then obviously the other differences are it's a turbocharged, so you've got a little bit of lag, but once she gets on pretty nice. This car is on coilovers. It's on Raceland coilovers. They are terrible. You will see in the video when I hit a bump of any degree. Whoa, 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 whoa. The camera. Hold on a minute, guys.
Wow, it's good to see that, bro.
So, sorry for that little mishap, guys. We nearly lost the GoPro. So, where will I start? Steering. It's electric steering, it's not hydraulic like the R53.
Yeah.
So naturally with electric steering you lose a little bit of feel, a little bit of resistance in the wheel, but there is a solution for that. This car does have sports mode. Quickly, just touch brief sports mode. When you do put it in sports, the steering wheel gets a bit stiffer and the throttle gets a little bit more sensitive, a bit like Gavin's wind booster. Is it wind booster or wine booster?
Wind booster.
Wind booster. So I was saying earlier on, before the camera rudely interrupted us, that it's on coilovers, Raceland coilovers. I actually got them free. Shout out to Michael.
Shout out to Michael again, man. Every time.
Every time. He did say to me they were a bit crashy, but they are really crashy. I reckon the dampening is definitely gone in the front. The rear is not so bad. Not so bad at all. It's pretty compliant. On any road that's soft and flat like the motorway, lovely. It's smooth, it's compliant, but when you hit a bump, you hit bangs like that. Not nice at all.
Brakes, what about the brakes? How do the brakes perform?
You know what? The brakes in comparison to the R53 are really good. And I'm not slating the R53. The R53 just has little things like the brakes that let it down, but in this one, it seems like they've got their act together. Brakes are really good. They're quite sharp, they're efficient. When you do get on it a bit, I haven't changed the pads and discs in this since I purchased the car, so bumps, man. They're not the best, but they are very, very good for what they do. They do get hot, they do start to fade, but that's further on after, 10-15 minutes of spirited driving, you'll start to get a bit of fade. But we have a solution for that. I also have M-Tech pads and discs, or not pads, sorry. We're going for M-Tech discs and EBC Blues. But yeah, we'll get to that later on. Power delivery. Power is very nice in this. Now, it's not like the supercharged where you get the instant, but it is a nice alternative and a change to have. I have had two R53s in the past. So yeah, I think, everyone slates the N14 engine. I mean, it's that bad that they have their own N14 survivors group on Facebook, which yes, I am a part of, because I am just about surviving with this car. But we'll just do a quick turn in the roundabout. Compliant. Traction control. Big Achilles heels in this car. It needs the traction control to be off because it's far too intrusive. In this car, it's just got one traction control button, but what I've noticed is if you just tap it once like that, you still get some sort of traction control or stability control. I'm not sure what it is, but if you hold the button down for a long period, say 7 seconds or maybe 10, then you actually get wheel spin and full control. With the cabin noise inside, I think it's a little bit noisier than the R53. I think it's a little bit louder.
But is that due to your wheel setup?
It could be the wheels, it could be the fact it's lowered, it could be the tyres that are making the road noise a bit more.
Yeah. I think
it could be the sunroof.
I think everything that you just said plays a massive part in it. From the sunroof to the tyre setup to the wheel setup to again the car being lowered, and it all plays a massive part. But I think in terms of the actual build quality of the interior,
still kept true to the name.
It's still pretty premium. Like it's still BMW.
Fuel economy. So I just went to the petrol station. I am not balling like Gavin, so there's no full tank gun in this car. Now it's a bit of a personal preference. I don't really like bringing a full tank. My ideology is full tank, more weight. Maybe my fuel economy won't be as good. It could be something I made up in my head, but it seems to be.
Look, if it works for you, it works for you. I just don't like to go to the petrol station every single day like you do.
Yeah, the downside of that is, you know, I wake up in the morning and I go, oh, I should have got petrol, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, I put in £25. There was only, I think, 26 miles left on the dash. £25, I've got 146 miles on the clock, and it will do 146 miles without a doubt. Like the R53, you'll get on the motorway, it'll rise a little bit, but you go around town and it is a little bit juicy. I do think overall, fuel economy is definitely better on this vehicle. So there's quite a bit of savings to be made. We'll pull onto the motorway quickly. We'll do a little pull. So, third gear, 40 mile an hour. And that's the speed limit. Not even the full rev of third gear. So it's pretty good. And again, there's two of us. I do have a bit of a boost leak, and I have valve stem oil seal issues. So she's not performing how she should, but still does the job pretty well.
Yeah, I think when the cars are both sorted, we'll do a proper daytime POV drive, proper B-road bash.
We're just giving you guys a little taste of how the cars are in their current form before they go into the garage and get all the next phase of work done to them. Also compliancy again, look, even though the coilovers are really, really bad, as you can see, on the motorway now, smooth.
She's pretty smooth.
It's comfortable. It rides the little bumps in the road pretty well. As again for steering, very, very darty.
She's beautiful.
Very darty. Point and shoot. I do like the way this car feels. I have had the back end slightly go out on me, but it's not as bad as the R53. A bit unfair to say that it doesn't get the back out like that, because when I bought the car it was on lowering springs, and now it's really low on the coilovers, so that could help maybe. And I do have camber plates up front but not on the rear. That wouldn't really make a difference, but yeah, the car does feel a bit more planted. I think overall.
But I find that with this car, you don't get the go-kart feeling as the R53.
Yeah, it's hard to say, because I feel like this is very, very driver's car oriented. The R53 just has something about it.
There's a bit more character.
There's a bit more character,
that's what I think.
Feel. It feels a bit rawer. I feel like this has got a little bit of new car gen in it. Where it kind of takes away a little bit, but it does things so well that it's okay. You know?
I know what you mean. I think both cars are were ahead of their time anyways, because now lining it up with other cars that we've been in, other cars that we own, because we do have a few cars, but that's for another video. I think they do everything very well.
Really well.
Very well. And
great
you couldn't tell. I don't think you could tell this is a 15-year-old car, and my one is a 20-year-old car.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Just the way they do everything, being ahead of their time, and doing the job very, very well. So yeah, I think I really like this car. I mean, the turbo, it is nice, but personally, I think for the Mini,
I agree.
I think the supercharger is what gives it that bit more character.
Yes, I agree. I do agree. This is very nice, and like I said, even though the N14 engine isn't praised upon for its unreliability, it's quite a punchy engine. It's quite punchy. It sounds a bit like a Subaru in my.
It sounds lovely.
But it doesn't have the high revving, endless revving sound like the R53. The R53 is like a bike. You know, it just revs and revs and revs, and this still does rev. It revs. It's got long gears, but not like the R53.
Yeah. What?
It does sound good. It does. We're like two little kids, you know. When I first put the air filter on, all I kept doing was just wanted to hear the turbo, you know, like giggling like a little kid. I'm sure you guys can all relate. But yeah, I will say minis, they get hot inside.
Oh,
like
yes.
They really hold the heat. You could go from freezing cold to absolutely sweating in the middle of winter in one of these things. Yeah, really hold their heat in.
If you want a winter car to warm up really quickly to get to work in the winter, get a Mini.
This is it.
Get a Mini. Inside gets piping.
And again, it goes to the Mini's a great daily.
Yeah.
It's a great track car.
Yeah.
It's a great hill climb car. They have so many versatilities, or they're so versatile in the way that they can be used.
Yeah.
And even out of the box, they're still very good.
I think it's sort of unfair to compare my car with yours at this very point in time.
Yes.
Mainly because of the suspension setups. Mine's is stock, yours isn't stock, but yours are in quite a bad way.
Yeah.
So I think the way mine's performing
is much better than
stock
this.
Form performs better than yours with the
which
coil. Is meant to be a better setup.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's sort of unfair at the minute, but I think all in all, both great cars, man. And even though the car does feel crashy at the minute and going over bumps, it sounds like the front end's gonna fall out, but I still feel safe in this car.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? I still feel safe in this car. Yeah, it goes to show, get a Mini, man. Get a Mini.
Well, too many G's for the GoPro. Let me go round the roundabout and then pull up on the side there because it fell off in the what's it called? In the lay-by.
Totally lied about feeling safe. Corey, easy.
What are you worried about?
Easy.
She's compliant, bro. Look at this. Yeah, boy. Okay.
You got 9 minutes. Yeah. A couple battle wounds, but not on a GoPro car. Yeah. So as you lot just saw, we just lost the GoPro.
And that's the thing about these coilovers is because they got such bad. And now anyone in the comments put in if you've got Raceland coils on, is it just mine that are maybe the dampener is completely gone? Or are they crashy like this out of the box? But the thing is, they're so uncompliant in bad bumps, it's compliant on smooth road, and it's fantastic in the corners. Now it is a bit bumpy, which does lead me back to the dampers are gone.
Dampers, yeah.
Because you do get a bit of bounce as you go around the corners, but
that's what I think.
It does hold the road very well.
I think the way they go bang, that tells me
there's no dampening.
There's no dampening whatsoever.
Now I do not have the stock top mounts on. I took them off and I put on adjustable top mounts. I thought maybe because the pillow balls, but again it wouldn't make sense because even with the stock top mounts it would still bang.
Yeah.
You know?
100%.
So we'll do a little 0 to the speed limit. Now, as I said earlier on, I do have some slight issues with the car, i.e. boost leak, lambda sensor or a catalytic converter warning, and the valve stem oil seals. But yeah, let's give it. Like Gavin as well, my clutch is on its way out. The biting point is very high. But we will send it for the culture.
Let's go.
Okay. You get me? There's no power but. And we're at the speed limit. So they're quick.
We hit 10 miles ago, so 10 miles per hour ago.
What's that? Again, road is very bumpy.
Very bumpy.
Wow.
And this is where the imperfections really shine.
Really shine in this car. Actually, quick point for you guys, sports mode, press the button, sports comes up on the dash, and instantly the steering has got heavier. Gives it a nicer feel, bit like it's hydraulic, but you know, even there, even that little, it still moves. You know, like, you know, some cars you'll get a bit of play in the steering wheel and you can do that and the car does nothing. You can't, you might not be able to tell it from the camera, but just this movement, the car is moving all over, you know? So yeah, and then I don't know if you can tell from the video, but the throttle is very, very sensitive now. Very sensitive. You touch it and it just wants to go.
Yeah, I think that sport button, because when I drove the car, I didn't know there was a sport button, so I thought the steering was a bit too electronic. So it will be interesting to drive the car again
in sport mode.
In sport mode, and you
Feel the
know,
difference.
see how it feels. Again, comparing to the R53.